Hey folks, my name is Pravus and welcome to more Hearts of Iron 4 in our anti-imperialism crusade. Formerly we played as Chile, then the Mapuche state, and as of the last video, we are now the Grand Federation of Amerindian Peoples. We are probably the most powerful nation I've ever been before, because I have all of North and South America as a core. Massive manpower, tons of industry, zero resistance at all. Very, very strong. Then we decided to test our mettle against the Germans. We are now fighting the Axis before the Soviets fall, which should happen any day now. I got Britain, I got Norway, I had to declare war on Spain just to get onto the continent, because the Germans are doing a really good job of defending their coast, so this is kind of my new battle plan. I'm going to hold the mountains here because it's a good defensive spot. I'm going to try to get into northern Africa because Italy doesn't always defend this very well. Get around over here so we can launch some invasions around Palermo. See if I can maybe hit Italy down here. At least get them to have a civil war if nothing else. Which isn't hard once you take one or two states. It will eventually happen. And then for Germany, I'm not really sure. I'm willing to bet that they're not defending the Netherlands or Belgium too well. They did release these guys as some vassal states. Probably because they were having too much resistance and manpower issues, I'm not sure. Or they just got independent in general, I don't know. But I'll bet you there's not a ton here, so we might test this, see if I can get some sort of a foothold. If we can, awesome. If not, we pull the heck out of here. But the goal is to try to do more damage and make them pull back before the Soviets fall. Because right now they have a very long front line, and that works for me. I want it to stay as long as possible. We're also going to go for a naval invasion around Indonesia against Japan because, yeah, I kind of need to get some rubber. I really, really want to get the rubber so I can continue working on building up a mechanized army, eventually add in some tanks. And right now, Japan owns that entire thing. So if we can conquer all of Indonesia, we starve the world of oil and rubber. That will destroy their tanks, their trucks, and their planes, giving me a slight chance. Look, I'm not going to pretend it's a very good chance, okay? It just is a chance. The thing is, because I've only got 3 research slots, we're not really that great. The Germans are going to have a huge advantage over me, and they've got the industry to boot. I have more factories than them, I'm about positive. But they're not going to be pushovers here. And until we deny them things like steel and stuff, they will always be a threat. They can build out much bigger guns than I can. Kind of all the more reason I really want to get things like some anti-tank guns up and a-running. Really want to get upgrades to those cannons and stuff eventually too. But yeah, if we can't really challenge the Germans with proper anti-tank, we're just going to have to fight them the old-fashioned way. That means lots of piercing weapons, anti-tank, anti-air, etc. Maybe I'll get some self-propelled artillery added into my motorized divisions. And that might be the best budgetary way of dealing with the Germans I can think of. I am going to try designing a self-propelled artillery unit here. It's not the best I've ever made, but it's not going to be bad. If I can get myself to have at least, 8 kilometers per hour, 77 armor, a fair bit of soft attack, not terribly expensive. This could be okay. It would be a decent asset to add on, so let's go ahead and start mass manufacturing this. Forget the flame tanks, alright? We've already proven the flame tanks simply aren't going to do enough. Ugh, and I still can't get through the Straits of Gibraltar because I don't own both sides here. It's so frustrating. Fine, we'll invade from the west. It's gonna be cavalry, so it's not like it makes that big a difference. Jeez. There's little cheeky things I would like to do. If I can get some naval dominance and do things like, let's say, launch an army up by La Rochelle and pump up over here, we could probably trap a defensive army around Brittany. And the thing is, we could conceivably just keep doing that, right? If I can pull back to really defensive entrenched positions, keep getting big choke-offs for the Germans, cut off a large chunk of their armies with some naval invasions, kill them off, retreat, let them take it back, we can keep going back and forth until they run out of manpower. Like, the thing is, there's so many ways you can trick the AI into doing stupid things. But, like, who wants to do that? That would suck. And they are amassing a lot of troops over here, don't get me wrong, but this is just suicide for them. They're going nowhere, they're just wasting manpower and equipment. Anyway, let's go ahead and launch a quick invasion through northern Africa. I do not anticipate this to be a problem at all. Okay, and there we go. Easy enough. The horses should be able to move really fast, and I don't think we're going to encounter too much resistance. This is easy. And that gives me another good launching ground. Did we just get an update in the game, by the way? Hang on. How do I, let me move myself real quick. Look at this. When did we get this as the new thing here, as far as, like, pop-ups? When did this happen? I swear some stuff changed. I actually had to reload the game, because there came a point where I loaded this up, and I started trying to do some planning for what I would do in this video, and I looked at my templates, and for whatever reason it said my motorized division was like 10.946 combat width. So I had to reload the game real quick, and then all of a sudden it worked. It was like, what the heck happened? I don't know. We must have gotten an update. And let's also launch that naval invasion through Indonesia. Sometimes Japan doesn't defend this area very well, so sometimes you get kind of lucky. And if so, I should be able to just take a land connection all the way up through here and hopefully deny them several hundred rubber, which would be pretty good. Okay. Our navies are in position, but we are currently unopposed. Perfect. And let's just go ahead and clear out a huge pocket of Italians that are just stuck here on this island. That's like an entire army of 20 units gone by. And is this a precious new army of mechanized? I see it is! Hello! Oh, I'm out of generals. Oh, boy. I'll take a full another 100 or so command power in order to get these guys up here. But I really want to get some of my advanced field commanders, because you'd be amazed how good their stats are. And now I guess we're going to find out if I can actually launch a naval invasion into the Netherlands. They have naval superiority. They're barely even contesting it, so that's fine. Alright, defenders at Wilhelmshaven and Emden, but no one defending... Ooh, okay, no one defending the northern Netherlands. Hold on. Forget attacks in places where I may not win. We've got 2 ports right here. That is more than enough for me to go ahead and send a whole bunch of reinforcements from Norway. Yeah, let's go ahead and quickly send everything we've got. I want to grab... Ooh, how fast can we go here? I want to grab a defensive position and use the rivers. So if I could, let's say, get over here to Essen around Cologne. Maybe get around to Frankfurt and then push up toward Wilhelmshaven. We've now got a foothold in the continent here. All right. Germany is going to have to respond to this. They can't afford not to. And then we will take the fleet and get ready to do the exact same thing out of Tripoli into Sicily. Now let's suppose I also went to this mechanized division and started swapping in my medium self-propelled. So, soft attack, believe it or not, doesn't go up that much, which is why I'm okay with motorized artillery. In terms of raw damage, it's not bad. What this does is it then starts adding in a lot of extra armor. So my survivability jumps up dramatically. That said, I need a few hundred more before I can even swap in one. So this is gonna take a lot. Okay, and yeah, the Germans immediately sent a whole load of troops over here to capture this. That's fine, though. From a supply perspective, I've got plenty. This is a great opportunity to use my mechanized because this is the perfect terrain for it. All right, so is it a very big foothold? No, but they had to send like 70 divisions to go and hold it. So if I'm tying down 2 divisions for every one I've got over here, we call that good. Oh, when I landed over here, I didn't even notice. Ah! Let's quickly grab a port. That's what I need more than anything. Get me a dang port. Done. Okay, and they're trying to hold this. If I can possibly cross... No. That was a little bit too much to hope for, I'm afraid. Straight crossings are still rough, but I got something. And as long as Italy has lost a state, Mussolini's kind of on borrowed time. We do have a collaboration government on the Germans, at least. That's 30% right there. Not bad. I wasn't even planning on this, but it looks like I managed to get into Levant. All right, so this is all mine. I've taken the coast, no reinforcements, clear out a few Italians. There aren't too many. That at least makes their life a little bit more miserable, which is a plus. And now's the time to go ahead and employ my mechanized. I'm going to control these manually, but with any luck, we can use them to do a quick circle around Wilhelmshaven, get a bunch of guys killed, and then push up toward Hamburg, separate all of Denmark, and create a much larger pocket from which I will be able to attack Berlin. Let's find out how good these guys actually are going to be. Go! Alright, so we are attacking with 700 soft attack each. That is enough to overcome defense. So even if they're not actually going to be focusing their fire, it's enough to actually get the extra damage in. That's a very good sign. I say that, still not really making any progress simply because they can keep throwing themselves against me non-stop, which gives a pretty substantial penalty in combat, so that doesn't work very well. Well, let's look at this instead. We have rough intelligence, actually, of Denmark. I could just launch directly there, blitz over it, create a new front line. That might actually be safer. Whoa! What happened? Hey, what? Why did I lose my entire... Alright, I know what this is dumb. I moved an army away from a field marshal, it broke front lines, I had to fix them here, and I completely forgot we had guys in Sicily. Oh no, I screwed the pooch. Well, that hurts. I'm not even sure how these guys managed to get up here, to be honest. But they did! Honestly, they're holding out valiantly considering, but no, they're dead. Gosh dang it, that was such a screw up. Gosh, I cannot believe I seriously am throwing away Italy because I moved my troops to Africa by accident. That is such a whiff. Whatever, we'll focus more on the Germans, I guess. Never did use this army over here. And you know what? I actually think I could land around La Rochelle and make a push up here. I think that's totally possible. We might even be able to just go ahead and push around Bordeaux, because I know they got a lot of troops here. If I can just push across here and quickly surround them, that's a lot of kills. And let's go ahead and begin that naval invasion with the mechanized, see if we can pull anything off over here. Oh, and a whole new army. Goody. I just wanted cavalry to go and take over Africa. That's all I cared about with that. I really cannot believe I did that. I mean, you probably can, but shut up. All right, mechanized are making their landings right about now. Perfect. Let's see if we can assist in a few places, take out that cavalry, get up to... Honestly, if we can get to Hamburg, great. If we can get to Kiel, honestly, even better. The answer should be, yeah, we got some pretty superior firepower over them. Go ahead and help with that. Let's secure this. This is a great spot to entrench. Got it. Boom. All right, so I'm going to hold the crud out of this point around Lübeck in particular if I can. Now's the time to start just getting tons of forts. Honestly, even better if I can just follow the river right now. I mean, we're fast, much faster than they are. Can I actually just get into Berlin directly right now? I bet you I can. Yeah, there we go. There's Berlin. Boom. Does it win me the war? No. Does it scare the frick out of the Germans? It better. And if they still not finished their war against the Soviets, they have not. They've stalled. Big time. Nice. Okay, I'm going to try to entrench pretty heavily here with some forts as quickly as we can while they're very slowly reacting, which is a little weird, but okay. Anything along here, though, that's just going to make it easier to make sure I never lose this ground would be great. We'll hold on to Berlin. It's fine, and we've lost ground over here. That's scary, but it's okay. Let's go ahead and launch our other naval invasion and see if we can scare them around Bordeaux. And if this doesn't terrify them, that means they're not paying attention, which also works for me. Got it! All right, Bordeaux's mine. Boom. All right, with that done, it's now all about speed. Wish these were cavalry, but they are not, but it's okay. Get over here, goal, cut across here. And I absolutely will be micromanaging these guys because they do not have a lot of defenses, and this is a chance to catch a bunch of troops. I might need to use the yellow army to try and pin these guys down if they try to relocate. Whoa, whoa, I got cut off over here. Whoa, 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 what is happening? Wow, I can't believe it. They actually managed to make a really strong attack. I don't know what changed here. I had a lot of troops still in defensive positions, and all of a sudden, they hit me really hard. With infantry, as far as I can tell, and I just lost a bunch of troops. All right, fair play. This is part of the problem of what happens whenever I'm stuck now defending way too many fronts. I tunnel vision on just a couple of theaters, and I start losing my focus, so things get a little out of control. All right, yeah, they're trying to escape. Now's the time to go ahead and start doing a big pin move. Please don't actually push them back, though. I don't want them pulling out of here. Crap, they're escaping the noose. Let's see if I can use my cavalry to come around the other end and see if we can tighten this. I don't want to lose this. Keep them here. We're going to lose a bunch of them. Darn it. Well, we got something at least. Okay. It looks like about 45 or so divisions. It's good. It's all right. It could have been better, though. Well, let's go ahead and clear these guys up as quick as we can, which was not hard. Thank you. And they are continuing to send as many troops as they can over here to Holland as possible. That's a lot of forces just to keep me contained here. They're barely even reacting. I'm going to send some more troops up here as for some entrenching, because I don't want to push out of this or I'll overextend. But, like, if we had a few more troops here, could we start pushing into the heartland of Germany? 100% we could. Alright, let's start making use of the cavalry while we're here in France. Time to push up toward Tours, cut over here, encircle some more, and just keep doing that. We're going to do knots of nice little encirclements, cut off all the Germans in France. Perfect. The cavalry pull around over here, grab La Rochelle, and they have no supply, and that's another dozen or so Germans caught. Let's not forget we should continue working on our mountaineers over here, by the way. The special forces just generally being better is great. Yeah, more cap, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I guess backbone of the armed forces, why not? Boom. So now if I wanted to start, like, making almost all my infantry into mountaineers, as many as I can afford, that'd actually be worthwhile. And let's go for the next big push around Brittany, again, using the power of my cavalry, which are still doing shockingly well considering. 290 soft attack for a cavalry division is really good. It's not as good as mechanized, but considering they're dirt cheap, it's amazing. What I could do with my manpower is literally just field like 200 divisions of these, and I'll bet you we'd win. Anyway, that's another little encirclement. Now I just need to make sure I grab all of the ports. Honestly, the biggest problem is my cavalry moves so fast, I can't even get my infantry to keep up. So we got too large of a front line again. I'm gonna have to just go ahead and deploy some green troops, otherwise there's no way I can get up here fast enough. The Soviet Union demands the return of Alaska. You have got to be kidding me. That's hilarious. No, it belongs to the free Amerindian people. What are you trying to say? Are you some sort of imperialist? I mean, come on, they cannot have expected that to work. There's no way. By the way, the Germans have way too many troops down here for me to deal with. I have to be very fast with my encirclements or we're going to start running out of gas quick. Go, cavalry, go! Look how fast these guys actually do move, though, once I give them an order. Gosh, their lines spread a little too thin, though. They're getting too eager. Stop! Focus fire! Focus fire! Oh, for frick's sake. Just get in here and take this, please. Finish the encirclements. Jeez, this isn't complicated. Okay, that's another little cutoff there. Then we do the same thing down over here, except this time we're gonna go back over here toward Marseille, which I had before, but then I lost it. But it's fine, because this tightens up my front line, and it gets encirclements so that they're weaker here, and they have to keep pulling troops off elsewhere. Every time I do this, I'm just weakening them on a different front. The one thing I'm really not using, literally at all, air power. We've got planes now. Maybe we should do something with it. And the reason I haven't been using them is because I really don't have much in the way of planes. I really, really don't. Like 800 close air support planes is all I've got after everything I've been doing so far. Like, it's just not much. You know, one thing I really don't like, and I feel like this is something that always needs to change, and it never does. If I want to automate encirclements, there really needs to be a better way. No. There really needs to be a better way of just automating the process. If I use Spearhead and I have a rigid cohesion on my troops, I don't like how when they expand, they just keep expanding their own front line to the point where they get so diluted, they're useless. I want to be able to automate, do an encirclement this way, and then walk away, focus on other things, right? But I'm unable to do that. I have to keep coming over here and saying, why do I have this over here if I want you all to focus over here, right? So it's kind of an annoying part of the game that's always been this way and really never changed. I suppose that's what always been this way kind of means. Whatever, you get the point. All right, we're pushing around through Paris, and that's going to be another small encirclement here. The Germans have to be starting to run out of manpower now. I'm about positive they're just sending in all their green troops. Okay, that's cleaned up. I am curious, at this point, how would we say that we are doing against the Germans? This is the wrong war. They have lost almost 8 million manpower from the Soviets alone, though? Wow, okay. Germans have lost... This doesn't seem right. What's going on here? I have no idea. It doesn't say how many men they've lost specifically to me, though. I wanted to see how many Germany's lost. I've killed over 1 million Italians, I know that. 1 million from Hungary? Okay. Yeah. Huh. But they've lost 20 million manpower across the board? Holy crap. Wow! Anyway, at this point, I admittedly am just kind of playing with my food. I'm just experimenting with a different way of playing the game while I get myself a whole bunch more mechanized up and running. Let's get ourselves some defensive points against Italy so I don't have to worry about them at all. Get another encirclement around here. Kind of tighten up the front line in a way that makes sense so that I can then walk away. Then we'll come back over here and we'll do this. Though I am noticing that's about half the number of troops who were on this border earlier. So they are pulling back. Oops, the Italians are making an invasion around Barcelona. They're moving shockingly fast, too. Whatever. I mean, the Italians, you know, good for them. They try to make a push. It's not going to do very much, though, because they just basically sent me a whole bunch of people to die. This is one great thing about having such great cavalry. I can respond to situations like this record time, and it's just free casualties. Just trying to break through the Italian mountains, which we're doing right now. Once I get all the way up around Milan, that's a good time to go ahead and stop, and we'll refocus. Although, honestly, the Italians are looking weak enough that if I'm kind of ambitious, we could just try to knock them out of the war, too. My cavalry alone could do it. Honestly, why wouldn't I, now that I think about it? Let's just go kill them, right now. Look at this. They've got terrible organization. My cavalry are obliterated. And there goes Mussolini. I told you it wouldn't take long. Honestly, I can't remember the last time that I actually... Oh, and there we go. Civil War. I can't remember the last time that I decided to attack Italy by land. Usually I go for the naval warfare, and it works really, really well. But okay. Occupied Italian territory. Give stuff over... No. I'm keeping this for myself. Thank you. It's not that I don't trust you. It's just that I don't trust you. I'll give them some territory, don't get me wrong. I have no interest in controlling Italy proper, I just didn't want to give over all of North Africa. On the plus side, though, by creating the Kingdom of Italy, we now have a lot of allied divisions who can hold this front line, which means I'm not worried about them anymore. And there goes Italy, all handed off. Perfect, thank you, all right. Let's not play around, it's time to go kill Germany. I swear the placement of the new notifications exists just to be annoying for people like me who have face cams. It doesn't matter, it's just annoying. All right, we've got enough defensive infantry, and they've pulled back enough, I think we're fine. I'm gonna go ahead and take the very radical action of massing all the existing troops I've got in Berlin. We're gonna charge south with them, cavalry up through the north, and see if we can just punch directly through the heartland of Germany. All right, Germany's gonna start pushing a lot of their troops south out of pure desperation. Go, go, now is the time. All right, let's see how quickly this works. So far, the cavalry are taking a little while to respond, whereas the mechanized are freaking going for it. Holy crud, look at them march. Yup, this is what happens. The Germans got overspread. They got nothing. We win. What's funny is my cavalry are even pretty decent in the Alps because we have so many mountain bonuses as Chile. It's ridiculous. These guys are not sticking to their front line at all, but who even cares? Look at them go. Wherever they roam, no one can match them. Oh, there we go. I can see now I've killed almost 8 million Germans myself, and I think I've lost less than 1 million myself. It's not bad. I've had better. I've had much better. But that's not bad. I can work with it. And honestly, I don't even see any reason to stick to the whole front line thing. Screw it! My mechanized know what they're doing. Just wherever you see a German, blow them up. Boom. Problem solved. Whoop, wait, is that it? There goes Germany. Boom, baby, ba-ba-boom. Wait, who's left? Who's considered to be a major power on your side? Slovakia? Slovakia is not, you liars! Netherlands finally goes down after many dead on my end. Then we just push into Belgium, get into Slovakia, go cavalry, go, and then push all the way to Bulgaria. I mean, it's not like they have much left. And you know something? How do you have one of my cores? I don't know. We're justifying on the Soviets. Frick it. Why? Because I know they're weak as frick. It's a perfect time to just go on a mass murder spree. Also because when this war ends, I'll have to hand a lot of stuff over that I rightfully took. And I don't really accept that as an option. I really don't. There we go. Declare the war, call on the Allies, go. The Soviets can't have anything. And they're all out of position. We all know it. They got nothing. Go forth, mechanized, go! I haven't even trained another army of you yet. We've only got one. It doesn't matter. They're really good. I mean, I say really good. 475 soft attack at 25 combat width is pretty good. For non-tanks, it's pretty good. And if you're wondering really about the cost difference, all right, what I just designed here is a fairly equivalent 1944-ish medium tank with an improved cannon and a bunch of stuff. I can show you that later. The cost jumps up substantially. We're spending about 6,200 or so industry per one of these divisions if it's just mechanized. Throw in just a few tanks, not even enough tanks, just a few of them to get to 26 combat width, we're probably somewhere around like the 7,000 or 8,000 mark. So the mechanized is definitely a budget solution, not to mention they're fast. And as long as you give them fast self-propelled artillery, they'll do the job. At least against the AI. Would I say that it's very good against, like, you know, a player? No, probably not. By the way, we should do some propaganda and some heroism and stuff because my war support is non-existent. You're telling me my people have finally gotten a taste of war and they're done with it? Are you serious? They're seriously done with imperialism right when I'm about to create the greatest empire of all time? Whoops, that's not... I said nothing. You definitely didn't hear that, and I'm definitely not researching weapons of mass destruction. No way. Shouldn't be much longer here. Just pop into the capital of Bulgaria, and that is the Axis down. All right, so we have the lion's share of the war score. Let's enjoy it. And my rule here is going to be I'm going to try to create nothing but puppets in Europe. Because it only seems appropriate that I become their colonial overlords. It's payback. All right, the Soviets are deciding they want to create some border gore. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, I don't mind. Once I kill them, I just get it all anyway. What it's gonna do is give me an aneurysm from how ugly it will be. Okay, ugly as frick. But you know what? Africa is being liberated from imperial powers. Most of Europe has fallen under my wing, which is rightful. I'll deal with Portugal later. For now, Soviets, the evil empire they call you. I don't like that. Let's get them. I guess technically my war with Spain will never end because I never finished off Japan. Oh, that's what's going on. I'm not gonna deal with Japan. It takes too long. They're boring. It's not fun. Honestly, I'm shocked the Soviets even have anything left they can threaten me with. Like, really? I've already killed like another 600,000 Soviets, by the way. And the war's been going on for, what, just a couple of months, basically? And they've killed 10,000 to me? You stand no chance. Just give up now. And on the plus side, Finland finally has something to do. They've been just sitting there staring at the Germans for a long time with resentment, wishing they could fight the Soviets. Now they can. Your wish has been granted. Oh, and finally, some more mechanized are ready to go. A little late, but thank you. Never mind, it's not too late. I can think of one more colonial empire that needs to die. And it's Portugal. What the freaking heck? Why did... What the frick? Ugh. Austria votes to join Germany. Germany doesn't exist. It's fine. We'll find Mr. Mustache Man. He's definitely still alive. You've got to be freaking kidding me. Okay, Portugal. You, yeah, you were one of the greatest offenders of the violations against the Amerindian peoples. So now you must suffer with extreme prejudice. Go forth, my mechanized. There. Easy. Mine. Is that it? Oh, I think that might be it. Okay. Yay. Yay, yay, yeah. All right. Russia down. Now I reconsolidate Europe. What's appalling to me is that apparently Japan gets to have a lot of say in this too. Japan has a lot of war score? Really? Well, it looks like that's all I'm able to take right now. Everyone else has more war score, so that's gonna have to be good enough. Ugh. And then we reorganize all the states. By which I mean we are going to be releasing a lot of territory. Ugh, never mind, screw it. It's all just cancer, it's gonna take too long to figure it out. It's absolute cancer everywhere you look. All right, whatever, doesn't matter. Cool, all right, so that is the end of things, I believe, for this particular series. Yeah, and I still have 28 million manpower to go. We're unstoppable, we really are. Even with inferior technology, doesn't matter. It turns out, just have a lot of horsemen, and you'll win. Eventually, you will win. I wish I could have cleaned up Europe just a little bit better to look better, but I mean, like, whatever. The point is, all of Europe is now subject to the Amerindians. How does it feel now? I'll bet they don't like it. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. This was a fun series. What a crazy run as Chile, but that... You can't argue with the results. It's really, really cool to look at. Please be sure to hit the like button if you did enjoy this series. Leave a comment, subscribe, make sure you hit that notified bell, and I will see you guys next time.